So it looks like we're getting a few new DC Multiverse action figures in the very near future, guys. But are any of these releases any good, and are they worth your money? Be sure you stick around until the end, Soulmates, because we're going to talk about what DC Multiverse characters we would love to see next. If you support what I do, please click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. So the first character we're getting is one that I kind of forgot to talk about last time, but it's one that is a Target exclusive, and this one is the gold label Kyle Rayner that's based on his design from the 90s. Now, this is one that I really want because Kyle Rayner's my Green Lantern. I think that he's the best Green Lantern ever, so just to have him here in his traditional 90s costume is amazing. He has some decent accessories too. What does he come with? He comes with some armor plating for his chest and shoulders, and he also comes with an energy sword. So, you know, that's pretty nice. That's a little different from what we've been seeing with some of the DC Multiverse Green Lantern releases. I have to say, pretty much everything on this one looks like it's on point. I don't see anything that really sticks out as being inaccurate or anything. So yeah, this one definitely looks like one that I would really like to have, and I think that he might be worth checking out here, guys. The only thing about this one that has kind of been a problem is that he's been very hard to find. He hasn't really shown up on Target's website, but he's been showing up on various listings on eBay and stuff, so that's kind of weird. It makes me think that, what is this, a scalper exclusive or something? But it seems like Target is taking their sweet time getting this one, so, well, you know, whenever, Target. Well, the next one that we're getting, guys, from DC Multiverse is Infinite Frontier Joker, and, well, this one is pretty cool, I think. I don't have anything bad to say about him. He looks like a pretty nice rendition of this version of the character, and based on some shots that I've seen from the comics, yeah, he looks about right. I don't really feel like I personally need this version of the Joker because I've already got like 6 versions of the Joker already, so I don't know that this one would necessarily have a place in my collection. But this is one where I would say never, because the sculpt on him does look like it's rather unique, and I would like to see a Joker sculpt that's relatively new, and this looks like it might fit the bill. So maybe I'll pick it up at some point, but probably not immediately. But like I say, it still looks very cool. Sculpt still looks very accurate to the source material. Yeah, you guys might want to take a look if you're interested. The next action figure we're going to look at, guys, is Mr. Freeze, and this is one that I am extremely excited about because it's another huge Batman villain that I've been waiting a while for. This one is really cool because he actually comes with his freeze gun, and well, if you know anything about DC Multiverse, you know that the whole gun thing has been a little bit of a hot potato with the brand over the past couple of years. So obviously it's great to see him coming with his traditional accessory, and this design for Mr. Freeze appears to be based off of one of his DC Rebirth designs. Recently, Mr. Freeze has had a couple of different looks, but this one is the one they're going with, and I'm kind of glad that they are because I feel like it fits Mr. Freeze a little better than some of the others that I've seen. I really can't wait to see more of this one so I can say a little bit more about it, but it looks like he's going to have some shoulder pads that his arms are going to be moving against. I hope that those are going to be relatively soft plastic so that we can move his arms around really well, and I don't know if we're going to be able to turn his head inside of the dome. I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be like Blight was. If we move the dome around, then we can actually move the head around a little bit. Just a wonderful action figure here, guys. I was kind of wondering if he was going to be a standard release or a mega figure release because, you know, sometimes with Batman's characters, they'll go a little bit too big on some of them, and I figured Mr. Freeze would probably work a little bit better scale-wise as a standard size action figure, and it looks like that's what they're going with, so I'm very thankful for that. The next action figure we're going to look look at, guys, is Jay Garrick, and this gold label release is one that I think we all saw coming as soon as we saw the speed metal version of Jay Garrick, because you know when Todd makes one as part of any of the speed metal stuff or any of the themed lines, you know that inevitably there's going to be an individual release of that character in his traditional costume, and well, this is what we're getting. This is the traditional Jay Garrick, and a lot of people were praising this one for its simplistic design, but I'll be honest with you guys, it's still pretty cool, but I really miss the texture that McFarlane Toys likes to put on their action figures, because it makes it feel like a really quality product when they do that. Like, I really love it when they do a traditional design, but then they embellish it a little bit to make it more dynamic in 3 dimensions, because they understand that this isn't just a drawing on a 2D panel, they understand that this is a 3-dimensional sculpture. It's still pretty cool and I still enjoy it, but I just don't feel the same way about it that I do about a lot of other DC Multiverse toys. When I look at this one, it makes me feel like I feel when I see the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold release, where I thought that their sculpts were really plain, and Booster Gold was already a repaint of Blue Beetle, and I just didn't like that. I really don't want to see these simplistic action figures from McFarlane Toys. I want to see that crazy dynamic texture that they put on stuff, because that's where they shine, that's where it makes these action figures feel like they're really quality premium stuff. When they go wild with it and do their own take on a classic costume, that's when these toys get elevated to a new level. I might still pick them up because it's a classic design and, well, I always enjoy having them whenever they're released, but this simplistic stuff, this really isn't doing it for me like the rest of DC Multiverse. Next one we're going to talk about, guys, is Gladiator Batman, and this one, I guess, is kind of a surprise release. Well, I don't know how much of a surprise it is because, you know, we're inevitably going to see a Batman here or there, but this one is a weird one because I think it looks cool, but also not really one that I have to have. Like, I already have a lot of the Dark Nights metal stuff, so it wouldn't be much of a stretch if I had Gladiator Batman. That said, I have seen the artwork from Dark Nights metal, and one of the iconic images from there is Gladiator Batman riding that Joker dragon. I don't have the Joker dragon, so people who have the Joker dragon might be more inclined to get this one, and to be fair, I think it would be really cool, so maybe I have to rethink things and go hunt down a Joker dragon, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get this one yet. I'm on the fence, leaning toward a no. The last one I want to talk about, guys, is one that I've talked about a little bit, but I want to talk about it a little bit more here. This is the Batman Death Metal Batmobeast plus Batman package, and this is available at Walmart only. This is a $50 package, and what do you get with this one? You get the Batmobeast without its shell, plus you get a death metal Batman with his scythe and everything, and so you're getting essentially a $20 action figure with a $30 vehicle, and I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good deal. That's a good deal any way you slice it. The funny thing is that this was revealed immediately after the early bird special for the Engine of Vengeance HasLab by Marvel Legends failed. So Todd was pretty clearly dunking on Marvel Legends then. And, well, it is pretty cool. Like, looking at the Batmobeast, obviously it's not on the same level as, say, the Engine of Vengeance, but regardless, for a $30 vehicle, it does have a ton of detail on it. It's absolutely filled with all the textures you love to see, and it's got a detailed engine block and everything, and then it's got a little seat so you can put all your DC Multiverse action figures, or really any 7-inch action figure you want, in the driver's seat. This is so cool, and for $50, it's pretty tempting, I won't lie. You know, not to mention, guys, that the Batman action figure it comes with is a pretty good Batman action figure. He's actually one of the best Batman action figures that we've ever seen from McFarlane Toys, and I was very surprised by that, but it's true. It's also worth noting here that if you have the death metal Bat Cycle that was previously released by McFarlane Toys, this Batman action figure can also ride that vehicle. So I don't know, I already have that Bat Cycle, so this one is even more tempting. I have to think about it, but for 50 bucks for a vehicle and an action figure that I don't have yet, yeah, I'm thinking about it. And of course, if any of you guys want to see me review any of this stuff, be sure you let me know down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do, guys. Well, Soulmates, now that we've seen all those DC Multiverse releases, what DC Multiverse releases do we want to see next? Well, I would like to see more Superman villains, of course, and I think that I've been hammering on this for a little while, but I really want to see a Brainiac. I want to see a Brainiac in any form we can. I don't care if he's a mega figure, I don't care if he's a standard release, it's just long overdue for a Brainiac action figure, and it's high time Brainiac gets the respect he deserves. Well, Soulmates, what do you think of these DC Multiverse releases? Are any of these ones that you absolutely have to have? Are you on the fence about some, but maybe not others because some are good, some are bad? Or do you just not like any of these because they're not your characters? Or you think the sculpts just aren't all that wonderful? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and be sure you let me know what characters you want to see next in DC Multiverse. If you want to hear my thoughts about the last round of DC Multiverse action figures, you can check out that video here, Soulmates.